Okay, it looks like we are live and ready to go. Okay, good morning, everyone. I'm filling in today for Rabbi Bookit. Today we're starting off with Parshas Azinu, September 12th. It's Vav Tishrei, and we're starting a new Parsha. We're getting really close to the end of the Torah, and when we're going to celebrate the completion of the Torah on Simchat Torah. So, Parshas Hazinu Hashamayim va'ad dabera. Moshe is talking, and he says, "Listen, O heavens, va'ad dabera, and I will speak. V'sishma haaretz imri fi, and let the earth hear the words of my mouth." Listen, O heavens. What does Rashi say? Why is he saying, "Listen to the like the heavens should listen, heaven and earth should listen"? So Rashi says that I am warning Israel, and you shall be witnesses in this matter. For I have already told Israel that you will be witnesses. So why is it saying, and let the earth hear? Why is Moshe calling on the heavens and earth to be witnesses for the warning of the Jewish people? Because Moshe said, I'm just flesh and body and blood. Tomorrow I will be gone. If Israel says we never accepted the covenant, the heavens and the earth will be there to bear witness. Verse number 2. Ya'arif kamatar, my lesson will drip like rain. Likhi tizal ketal, my word will flow like dew. Imrasi, kiseir ali desha uchrevivim ali esav. Like storm winds on vegetation and like raindrops on grass. Let's go through each one. My lesson will drip like rain. Torah is compared to is a life source of the world. So too, just like rain is the life source of the physical world as well. Ya'arif will drip. Well, not much in that Rashi. Let's go to the next one. It will flow like dew. Dew is something which everyone rejoices. Unlike rain, which to some people is not necessarily the most wonderful thing, such as travelers who are on the way, rain can be dangerous and bothersome. And those, I guess in the olden days, those who had a pit full of wine, the rainwater, if it seeps in, would spoil the wine. So unlike rain, dew is something that everyone is appreciative of. Like storm winds. We're going to go to the middle of that Rashi. Just as these stormy, rainy winds maintain the plants and promote their growth, so too, that's just like the Torah. Those who study them will grow. Okay, let's go to the next pasuk, verse number 3. Kishem Hashem ekra havagedul lehinu. When I call out the name of Hashem, ascribe greatness to your God. Hatzul tamim pa'olei kichol drachav mishpat el emuna ve'in avel tzadik v'yashar hu. The deeds of the mighty rock are perfect, referring to Hashem. For all his ways are just, a faithful God. Without injustice, he is righteous and upright. Let's look at some Rashis over here. The deeds of the mighty rock are perfect. Even though God is strong like a rock, when he brings retribution against those who've transgressed, he doesn't bring it in a flood of anger, but rather with justice, because his deeds are perfect. That's what this pasuk is, balancing those two things. Yes, the Eibishter is strong like a rock. Yes, God is also just, and his deeds are perfect. What does it mean, El Emuna, a faithful God? Faithful to what? Faithful to the reward the righteous. They're due to in the world to come. It says God is not left a balchov. God is not left owing anything. Those who are to receive their reward will receive it. The ain o, without injustice, even to the wicked, God rewards them in this world for anything that they might have done positive. Tzaddik v'yasharhu, he is righteous and upright. Everyone acknowledges that God's judgment is just, and there that's tzaddik, the yashar, and therefore it is upright. Shiches loy, verse number 5. Shiches loy banav mumam der ikish ufsaltoil. Destruction is not his; it is his children's defect, you crooked and twisted generation. Targum Onkelos explains this to mean destruction is not because of him, but it's because of what people have done. And banim abanav mumim, it is his children's defect. They were God's children, and the destruction they wrought is their blemish. Basically, when you see destruction, it's not Hashem, it is what the creation has caused to be done. Verse number 6. Ha Lashem tigmalu zois am novel v'loy chacham halayhu aviv kanecha hu ascha v'yichaynenecha. Is this how you pray, repay Hashem? Is he not your father, your master? He has made you and established you. So this is Moshe giving rebuke and warning the Jewish people at this time that the Jewish people are going to be entering into the land of Eretz Yisrael, and he knows that he's not coming with them. He's not going to be there to guide them. Yeshua will be there, but Moshe will not be there. And he's telling them, you cannot forget what Hashem did for you. You cannot forget all the power that Hashem has shown you, how he's taken you out of Egypt with an outstretched hand, with his right arm. Only an unwise person would forget that. All right, let's go to today's Tanya. Today in the Tanya, we're continuing in Igeres HaKodesh, chapter 20. We're talking about the differences between yesh me'ayin, something as when God, a creation of something from nothing, as opposed to cause and effect, right? Cause and effect means that the two things have some sort of connection to each other. They have some sort of relation to each other, and therefore there is cause and effect. But something from nothing denotes a complete disproportionate disconnection between the creator and the created. We're going to do, we were doing some Hasidic geography, I would say, and talking about yesh mi'ayin, talking about this idea of creating something from nothing. The first stage of creation starts in the Eser Spheres, or Yud Spheres, as it's written over here. The Eser Spheres, right? These 10 attributes, that's where it starts in the Bria, Yetzira, and Asiya, the worlds of the Hishtalshalos of creation. So let's go in. Hine, now, Reishis Hayesh Hanivra Uschilasai, the beginning, Haim Hakelim the Yud Spheres, the Bria, Yetzira, and Asiya. The start of creation is from the 10 attributes that are in Bria, Yetzira, and Asiya. V'agam ha'oris nefesh haruach, and also nefesh haruach as well, besides for the 10 spheres. V'nivru Oh, this is interesting. The lower two of these, nefesh and ruach, also comprise an element of yesh. So nefesh and ruach are also part of the process of creating yesh, of creating something from ayin, from nothing. V'nivru mibchinas haneshama diyud sfira is the briyitzira sira shuvel lekus. These 10 attributes were created from a neshama of the 10 spheres, which is elikus, which is divinity. So the godliness, the divinity of the 10 spheres is what creates those 10 spheres in the levels of Bria, in the worlds of Bria, Yetzira, and Asiya. Vehein halamid kalim de malchus da atzilos. And so in the world of Atzilos, even the external aspect of the kalim means the garments, right? Garments are always the outside, right? You wear garments on top of your body. They're always something that's the most physical of those. But in the world of Atzilos, which is the higher world, even the kalim of Malchus are godliness, right? It's not physicality yet. It is that lowest level. It's like a chain with links. It's that lowest level of Malchus in Atzilos. It is this external aspect of the kalim of Malchus that vests itself into the worlds of Bria, Yetzira, and Asiya. Becomes their soul and life force. So these external kalim are composed of 3 tenfold levels, 30 in all. Okay, v'chein ba'atzilos, and the same too is in Atzilos itself. V'chitzonim ha'kalim diyud spheres ta'atzilos shehem elikus nivra ha'echalos ta'atzilos. So this is the same way of the Hishtalshalos. In Atzilus itself, you have that same tzimtzum, that same levels of going down, contractions of godliness in the world of Atzilus until its lowest level, which is the vested light into the next worlds of Bria, Yetzira, and Asiya. We live in the world of Asiya. Shemislabesh behem mechinas ha'igulim diyud spheres. Oh, this is the igulim, the 10 spheres. Let's look at what the igulim are. The term igulim, circles, refers to the encompassing mode of influence, or makif, of the sephirot, which does not permeate the created beings which it illuminates. So there's very interesting. So makif means that it's only on the external, or as it's called here, encompassing, but not actually penetrating. A penetrating mode of influence, or a pnimi makif. Makif means around, or circling, or not actually penetrating. And pnimi means innards. So a penetrated mode of influence would make the animated object resemble the life force that animates it. When you do pnimi, it actually takes on the appearance of the influencer. But when it's makif, when it's just external, it doesn't permeate the thing that's being influenced. The exterior or encompassing mode of influence, called igulim, by contrast, allows the animated object to perceive itself as a yesh, albeit an emanated form of yesh. Interesting. Okay. I'm actually not igulim. I'm not 100% sure about igulim. So let's read this again. Shemislabish, in one thought. Shemislabish b'mechinas ha'igulim diyud spheres, in which the category of the igulim of the 10 spheres vests itself. V'gam gufos hamalachim da'atzilus shemechinas yesh. And also the bodies of Atzilus, the bodies of the angels of Atzilus, which are formed of Yesh, they're also created from the kalim of Atzilus. As the Kumosha Kasav is written, Malach of Yasim Tahalai. And his angels he charges with deficiency. The phrase his angels implies that they are from Atzilus. They're nearest to God, they're from the world of Atzilus. So they must come from the Kalim of Atzilus, from the outermost garments of Atzilus. Those are the ones that create the Malachim of Atzilus. Remember, it goes in that level of constantly going down to lower and lower levels, and we're right now at the highest level of Atzilus we're talking. She'enam b'chinas bitul lagamri, because they are not completely nullified, ka'ola lagabe ilasai, like Ila and Alol. So they also are not created. Remember, Ila and Alol is like what I was saying, cause and effect. When something is cause and effect, it has a direct connection. When something is yesh mi'ayin, it has a separation between it has to come from this hishtalshalos. So when we say that the angels of Atzilus, they are from the Kalim da Atzilus, they were created from the Kalim da Atzilus, then what we're saying is that they must have some manner of yesh mi'ayin, they must have some manner of being created from nothing, something from nothing. When you think about all of this, just to close out today's Tanya, how many levels and how great Hashem is with all these, the amount of hishtalshalos, the amount of contractions, all the way till something physical is able to be created, it's kind of mind-blowing. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. It was a pleasure to learn with you today, and I look forward to continuing tomorrow in Mir Tzashem.